Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. The video cut out at 10 minutes. So I think you've missed a little bit of what I just said as the video finished. But from the previous part, what I said was that, yes, when I measured this angle, it was exactly 60. Okay, and then I moved on to creating a 90-degree angle. Now, what I said was to create a 90-degree angle was based off our 60-degree angle. As I said in the lecture, I've only showed you how to draw a 60-degree angle. So we couldn't just draw a 90-degree angle straight away. Because this question is a construction question, it says the word specific explicitly construct, which means you're not allowed to just plonk a protractor here and say, okay, that's 90 degrees and put a dot there and join the two together. We have to use our pair of compasses. Now, we know how to create 60-degree angles. So I can create a 60 and then another one at 120. But that's still not going to give me 90. But using my previous knowledge on bisecting angles before, I can cut a 60-degree angle in half. That'll give me 30. And I notice that 30 plus 60 will give me 90. So I start my angle off, or start my construction off by drawing an arc from the point X. Because I know the angle is going to be bigger than 120, because I'm borrowing that 120-degree angle to help me find the 90, I've got to go beyond what I think 120 is going to be. Now from the intersection point, I'm going to draw another arc, keeping the same length. That's going to give me that 60-degree angle. So if I join the point X with this intersection point, I'm going to get 60 degrees. Drawing another arc from this point is going to give me another 60 degrees. Now if I joined X and that second intersection point, what I've created is a 120-degree angle. Now I don't want 120 degrees, I just want 30 more than this 60. So if I joined at 60 here, and I joined it here, that's going to be 120. This one's going to be 60. Now 90 is halfway between 120 and 60. It's 30 more than 60. So I want to find a 30-degree angle here. I want to cut this one in half. That's going to give me that 60 plus 30. That's going to give me that 90. So I need to cut this angle in half. So if you can imagine an angle here, I want to cut this one in half. Now using the same technique I did above, I'm going to start from these two intersection points and cut it in half. So let's do that then. I can keep the same arm length, or I can open it now. It doesn't matter. If you find it easier, you can always keep the same arm length. It makes no difference here if you're drawing a different type of angle. So draw an arc. So I made it wide only because I want you to be able to see, so it's not so close together. Now you can keep the same arm length. It'll make it easier for you guys to remember these things. And then joining these. So that intersection point is going to cut this angle in half. It's going to create me that 30 degrees. So if I join this point with the point X, I'll have essentially created that 90-degree angle that I wanted. So that's going to be 90 degrees. We can see that quite clearly is perpendicular. So that was how to create a 60-degree angle at point A and a 90-degree angle at point X using my 60 degrees and the bisection technique. Now, question 3. Construct a line through P perpendicular to XY below. So we want to construct a line through P going down to cut this line at right angles. Now, how do we do this? So again, construct means using a pair of compasses or a ruler. In this case, we just need a pair of compasses at the beginning. So what I want to do is put my pin at point P. I want to open my arm so that it's longer than the length of the line. Okay, so slightly longer. You can see down there. What I want to do is make sure you don't lose the point. Sometimes it slips, so you got to be a bit careful. So what I want to do is draw an arc there. And draw an arc there. Now, what we do from these two intersection points is again draw one more arc here, and from the other point draw another arc, and as you can see, if I join point P to that final point of intersection, I would have created a perpendicular line that cuts XY. Just joining these two, I get my end result. So it wasn't that hard. That was exactly what I talked about in the lecture. Okay, so the main technique for this question, of course, is just open the arm length so it's longer than the line. If you went shorter than the line, you couldn't intersect the line. So you want to go a bit longer than the line. Now you can draw the whole arc if you want, or just these two intersection points. In this case, I just drew the two intersection points, which is fine. And then starting from each point, each intersection point, cut once, draw another arc. And from the other intersection point, I want to intersect that second arc I drew. And so that point P and the final intersection point creates that perpendicular line. Now question 4. This is an interesting one. Let's move this away. Question 4 is an exam type question. So something that you'll see in your midterms. It's a multi-part question and it requires you to use a ruler, a compass, and a protractor. So let's see how these things work. Now in an exam, you want to make clear notes of the keywords. Constructions, sketching, and drawings. Now in this question, it's a construction question. So it means you're only allowed to use a pair of compasses, a ruler, and that's it. Now the question wants you to use a protractor, it will specifically ask you. So if you look at part D, where it says using a protractor to measure, this is the only time I can use a protractor. And it is only for measuring, not for drawing. Otherwise, you won't get the marks. Now, how do we know that you've used a pair of compasses and not a protractor? Well, we can tell by looking at your construction arcs. So with these exam type questions, you always need to show your construction arcs. Now, I've seen many times people like to rub out their construction arcs. Don't do that because you're going to lose marks if we can't follow your working out. All right, let's read through the question and get started. So a question like this might be worth 5 to 7 marks. There's several parts. You need to do each one carefully. So I'm going to stop this part now because it's almost at 10 minutes and we're going to start a new part. So I'll see you all in a second.